The dashboard or home page is where you can quickly find information on your cases. The caseworker dashboard will be different from the manager or the administrator dashboard. Here we are showing you an example of a caseworker dashboard. The dashboard is divided into three main sections: one for overview, one for workflow, and one for approvals. Let's walk through the first one. The overview breaks down cases by assessment level. This section tells you how many of your cases are at each risk level. Then you have My Cases. This includes two indicators: the total number of cases you manage, or the new and updated cases. A case is included in this indicator if a supervisor has just assigned it to you, or another user in the system has added information to the case since last time you saw it. Then you have Shared with Me. This shows you the number of cases which have been referred or transferred to you. We will review referrals and transfers in another referrals video. Then Shared with Others. This shows you how many of your cases have been referred or transferred to someone else in the system. Next, we have the Workflow section. This looks at individual cases. It tells you how many of your cases are at each stage of the case management workflow. For example, for child protection, this would be new, assessment, case plan, service provision, service implemented, or closed. We'll talk more about the workflow stages in the workflow status video. Finally, the approvals section. This tells you how many of your cases have approval requests that are pending, approved, or rejected by a case manager or case management supervisor. Each type of approval appears with its own column. Finally, a few notes about dashboards. You can always get back to the dashboard by clicking on the Home button in the navigation bar. Clicking on any number in the dashboard will take you to a list of the records for which that number represents. In general, numbers in the dashboard represent records to which you have access. For example, if you are a caseworker, you have access to only your own cases, so numbers in the dashboard will reflect only those cases which you manage directly or which have been referred to you. If you are a case manager or case management supervisor and have access to all the cases managed by users in your team, your user group, the number in your dashboard will reflect those cases. Then administrator dashboards generally reflect all records in the system. A couple of final notes about dashboards. The numbers that you see here tend to represent only open records, unless the dashboard explicitly mentions closed records. Assume that it represents only open cases. And also, dashboard numbers exclude disabled records.